Hello everybody and welcome to my very first anime review. My name is Mitch and today we will be reviewing Death Note, my all-time favorite anime. Before we get started, I just want to say, spoiler alert, you will want to watch all 37 episodes of this anime before watching this video. That being said, if you have already watched all 37 episodes, sit back and enjoy. First things first, this anime is an intellectual anime. It's a battle of wits between Light and L. To start things off, everything happens when the Shinigami Ryuk brings a death notebook to the human world. Now, the death notebook is a notebook that when you write someone's name in it while thinking of their face, they will die. This notebook is then found by Light Yagami, who is the smartest senior in all of Japan. So, very smart guy, and his dad is the chief of police in Japan. Now, after getting this, he decides he is going to kill all the world's criminals with heart attacks, which the police catch on to this, and they decide they want to do something about it and stop this mass murderer, even though they don't have no idea how he's actually pulling this off. They get the world's best detective, L, on the case, who immediately realizes that he's Japanese and does a nice little media stunt to prove it, which of course Light takes the bait on. Then, after proving that, L manages to realize that, hey, Kira needs a name and a face in order to kill. So, he gets a lot out of that. Then after that, he figures out, okay, it's the student who's doing this. Light uses his connections to the police in order to figure this out and start killing at random times to taunt L, saying, yeah, I'm a student, what are you going to do about it? Not only that, it tells L, yeah, I got connections to the police. So L, seeing that, starts investigating the police. Light did this for the reason that, well, if the police found out they were being investigated by L, they would in turn investigate L, and then Light could use that investigation to obtain L's name and kill him. So, anyways, Light ends up getting investigated, and he decides that he's going to have to kill his investigator. So he arranges a stunt where he obtains, which basically forces his investigator to show him his real name. After doing that, he figures things out. After figuring out this guy's real name, he then pulls another stunt in order to obtain the guy's in order to kill him and all the other investigators all in one shot. Very clever how he pulled that off. After doing that, he actually then takes it a step farther and almost gets caught by the guy's fiance. But luckily, due to a little bit of a misstep on Elle's part, was able to take her out in the process. Which, very lucky. She's incredibly smart, and he almost died. And it really showed just how arrogant Light was due to the fact that he admitted he was Kira right before all this happened. Anyways, after that, L decided he was going to reveal himself to Light and try and investigate him that way. So they're investigating each other. L's trying to goat Light into revealing that, you know, he's really Kira. Light's trying to prove that L is trying to get his name so he can kill him, and really they're getting nowhere. It's just a big stalemate. It's just back and forth. It's going to be a long draw. At least that's what you think, because right when that starts to happen, a second Kira jumps into the mix, and she has the Shinigami eyes, which allow her to kill with only a face. She does not need the name anymore, because she can get that just by looking at their face. Now, once she has that, she is able to, well, start, she ends up meeting up with Light. Misa Mane is her name, and she falls in love with him right away, asks him to, basically she wants to be his girlfriend, she wants him to use her as a tool, which he does. They almost get L's name. In fact, she actually does get his name, but before they're able to do anything about it, L has her arrested. Then after that, Light has to end up saving her because Rem is going to kill him if he doesn't. So basically, he ends up pulling this whole big elaborate scheme where he ends up losing his memory, and she does too. Um, Shinigami go away for a little while. Second, Kira jumps into the mix. Light then ends up working with L because he no longer has his memory, so he's back to his good old self, trying to stop Kira is his new goal because he doesn't remember being Kira, and he ends up catching Kira and getting his memories back. After which, Misa ends up he ends up putting Misa in a position where L is going to figure out who she is if he tries the stunt that he's going to do. Rem sees this, and she's not going to allow Misa to get harmed, but she knows the only way out of it at this point, because of how Light set things up, is to kill L. So Rem kills L and ends up dying in the process, which was exactly what Light planned. Now that this has happened, Light ends up taking over as L. Now the show really starts going downhill after this point. I mean, it's just not as good once L died. I loved it when L died, but it's just not as good after that. Then his predecessors take over, and it's just not as good. There's some crazy stuff that happens. Chief Yagami, Light's dad, ends up dying. Light's sister ends up getting kidnapped. There's a lot of crazy stuff that ends up happening, but all in all, it's just not as good. There's not as much. I mean, Light's just kind of winning the whole time. It's not so much of a draw as it was before. Then one of the L's predecessors dies in some big stunt with this new girl that ends up jumping in, Naomi Takeda, as well as Teru Mikami jumps in, basically as basically Light uses them. They're new tools for Kira, basically, is how he looks at them. And in the end, thanks to Light's arrogance, he ends up dying. Nier manages to beat him, one of one of L's predecessors, and yeah, it's kind of sad. I hated the ending, but yeah, all in all, it was a great anime. I loved it. One of the best animes of all time. It was short, but it needed to be. It was actually longer than it probably should have been. After L died, it wasn't as good. There was almost no fluff in the anime, which was nice. It's really nice to see an anime where every second something important is happening. So I really like the anime. I mean, I'd have to give it. I'd give it a 10 out of 10, to be honest. I mean, there wasn't a lot of action, but great anime. Anyways, that's really all I have to say about it. So tell me what you think. If you like the video, give it a like. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. Anyways, I've been Mitch, and I'll be seeing you.